Today we are going to talk all about Alaska 2027 with Princess Cruises. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday. It is August 5th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's start at the very top and talk about Alaska. So Alaska is such a special place. It is somewhere that you can go on a cruise tour to again and again and again and see something new every single time. I always say it fills up my soul to go to Alaska, and the longer you spend there, the more opportunity that you have to see more and to experience more. And so as we talk about cruising, know that Princess is consistently voted #1 in Alaska. The other cruise line that is in the running with Princess and is named #1 in some categories would be Holland America Cruise Line. Now, Holland America has been cruising in Alaska longer than Princess has, but they both do an outstanding job. They both do a really, really good job in Alaska. The other cruise lines come to Alaska, but I have been to Alaska on Princess 5 times and on Holland America twice, and I have not been brave enough to try another cruise line to Alaska yet, simply because I love the experience that both Princess and Holland America offer in Alaska. It is really something special. So let's start at the top. I always love the roundups that they do, but before we start with what all the itineraries are and some things to keep in mind when you're choosing what cruise you want to do to Alaska, I want you to know that with those cruises going on sale today by Princess Cruises, they are only for sale to guests who have sailed with Princess before. They're calling it their loyalty week. They used to do it for elite cruisers. The elite the guests who had sailed with Princess the most, the elite guests, would have a little bit of a window there where they could book first. But those days are gone for now. And if you have booked with Princess before, like I said, you can book for this week, and then next week, starting on August 12th, the sailings open up to everyone else. I don't know if this is handy for you to know or not, but if you are in a cabin with someone that has sailed with Princess before, you can also book early in that cabin with them if you have not sailed on Princess before. Alrighty, so I always love how they do these fun roundups with what all is included, and as Princess has continually done so well in Alaska, they add more and more ships every year. And so for the year 2027, there are going to be 17, if you can believe it or not, unique itineraries, 5 different departure ports, 17 destinations, 28 different cruise tours available, and guess how many ships they are going to have in Alaska in 2027? 8 ships. So let's start at the top. What would those different ships be? So they are going to have the Star Princess, the Crown. So isn't that exciting? Star Princess is coming back. I'll tell you about the itinerary she'll be doing. So Princess, new ship in Alaska again. So the Sun will continue to go to Europe, and the Star is going to be in Alaska. Alrighty. So the Star Princess, the Crown Princess, Discovery Princess, the Emerald Princess, the Coral Princess, the Island Princess, the Royal Princess, and the Ruby Princess. So let's go over some of the itineraries you're going to be doing. Now, with having 17 itineraries, I'm not going to go through all of them with you, but there are definitely some things I want you to think about when you're deciding how you're going to go to Alaska. I know that there are those of us here who have never been to Alaska before, and you really want to know the best way to see it, the best way to get the most for your money, and what is going to work really well for you. We also have guests who have been lots and lots of times to Alaska. They absolutely love it. Maybe they just want to go again and repeat an experience, a sailing that they'd had before, or maybe they're looking for something entirely new and you want to know what the beautiful part is. Both are options. So let's start off talking about what the Star Princess is going to be doing. So in 2026, we've got our group cruise that's going to go June 21st of 2026. So if you want to join us, send me an email at letsgotraveltips@gmail.com is our email address. But that beautiful Star Princess is going to sail once again round trip from Seattle in 2027. She is going to visit the ports of Skagway, Ketchikan, and Juneau, and she is going to do the scenic cruising there in Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier. So an amazing cruise. You get to see the glaciers, you get to see the amazing towns that they go to, and round trip from Seattle. The really nice thing that people like about round trip from Seattle is if you are flying from anywhere in the United States, it is usually cheaper to go to Seattle than it is to go round trip from Vancouver. So kind of check what the flights look like. And you know what? I think that sometimes you're going to want to check what the flights are before you book your cruise so that you're not surprised by that. That's going to be also less expensive than like sailing from Vancouver up to Anchorage or Anchorage down to Vancouver because, it's a round trip ticket rather than two different airports. So kind of think of what you're looking for and think about, and I should do a whole video on what to think about as you choose your Alaska cruise. But in addition to the Star Princess doing those itineraries, the Royal Princess is also going to be sailing round trip from Seattle. But the difference with her voyages is she is going to be going to Glacier Bay. So think about what it is that you want and choose the ship accordingly. They also have 7-day, they call them Inside Passage cruises, and round trip Vancouver. Now, when you look at how the ships sail, the Inside Passage route that they do that is round trip from Vancouver is a little different than what they call the Inside Passage route that they do round trip from Seattle. So kind of keep that in mind. The scenery is a little bit different. And so you kind of have to decide what it is that you're looking for, like I've mentioned. But the Crown Princess, Discovery Princess, Emerald, and Coral are going to be doing those itineraries. Alrighty. The Vancouver round trip, and they're going to be going to Endicott Arm and Dawes Glacier. So I think that's, you know what, there is not a bad cruise to Alaska. Just remember that. So it's not like you're going to pick something and hate it, okay? If you choose something and you wish you saw something that's not on that, you'll know what to look at when you come next time. We've got the Ruby Princess once again returning with those round trip San Francisco sailings that are 10 days. This, I think, I'm so glad they do this because it really opens up California, makes it more convenient for guests who live in California to be able to do that. And, or if you live somewhere that maybe flying into San Francisco is less expensive, or you've always wanted to go to San Francisco, you've got the 10 days that is required for that cruise. That's a great option as well. I also wanted to let you know that this is really special. So this year, on August 30th of 2025, the Crown Princess is going to sail round trip from Los Angeles. In 2027, they're actually doing two round trip Los Angeles sailings. They're doing one on April 27th of 2027 and one on September 18th of 2027. You really kind of catch both ends because it is on the Emerald Princess, and it is as she comes to head to Alaska, and it is as she returns from Alaska. So kind of keep that in mind. She'll stop April 27th. She'll have come through the Panama Canal. She'll pick up guests there in Los Angeles, take them up and back, and then head on up to stay in Alaska, and then the same thing at the end of September. She'll come down, get the guests, take them on that fantastic 16-day Alaska cruise, and then bring them back, and then she'll head back through the Panama Canal off to where she's going to be next. So, and those sailings include Sitka, Icy Strait Point, and this I love, a late night in Juneau. Tell me in the comments if you have been to Juneau before, what you're going to do with a late night in Juneau. Would you? And then I'll tell you my ideas in another video. Just remind me, okay? Now, let's see what else. They have a 7-day Voyage of the Glaciers. The Discovery Princess and the Coral Princess are going to do that, and those run between Anchorage and Vancouver. They'll do a southbound turnaround and go back from Vancouver up to Anchorage on a northbound. I always, if I were choosing the cruise, now that I've had the pleasure of doing several different ones, I really enjoy those northbound and southbound cruises extraordinarily. The scenery is spectacular. The scenery is spectacular on all of the cruises. And so if you have only ever done round trip Seattle or only ever done round trip Vancouver, take a look at the northbound or southbound cruises that they do between Vancouver and Anchorage. because they're pretty special. They're remarkable. In addition to doing cruises, Princess also does cruise tours. They are running 28 different cruise tours, 4 different cruise tour types. Up in Alaska, Princess has 5 different lodges. They've got Fairbanks, Denali, McKinley, Kenai, and the Copper River Lodge. And so you can kind of choose which cruise tour you're going to take based on how many of the lodges you want to go to, which lodges you want to visit, kind of choose where you want your train. There are so many different things that get a travel agent to help you that's really good at that. If you need help, I'm delighted to help you. I'm a travel agent, but there's a lot of different things to think about. And so it's more than just thinking, you know what, I want to ride the train in Alaska and I want to do a cruise with it and I want to get to see Denali while I'm there and I want to see wildlife. Those are kind of some of the things that hold up what we want to do, but in order to have the whole picture of what you want to do in Alaska, you kind of have to fit everything together. And so, and also, you know what, up there in Alaska, there are 5 different national parks. So there is so much to see there. And you can kind of choose what you want based on all of the options of the different cruise tours. Then you can kind of figure out what it is that you want to experience while you're there. So like I said, there are 28 different cruise tours. They can range from just 3 days clear up to 10 days. The granddaddy of them all, the biggest cruise tour, is 17 days. That's going to include 10 days on land, 7 days on the ship. You're going to end up visiting 5 lodges. You're going to spend 2 nights at each lodge, and I think you visit 5 national parks as well. So it's a really special experience if you can do that. Now, Gordon and I are in the process of narrowing down what it is that we want to do for a group cruise to Alaska in 2027. So stick with us and we will announce that. And I'm really excited. I am really, really excited about Alaska 2027. And so let me know in the comments, have you been to Alaska before? Do you want to go to Alaska? If you've been before, do you want to go again? And what would you enjoy doing in Alaska again? What kind of a trip are you looking for? I really appreciate you all being here with me. It's really great to get to be with all of you, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.